The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, ᴊᴇᴱᴜ, for a Miami Heat Beat postgame show.
Win! Heat win! We beat the Magic early in the season. I mean, listen, if that don't spell championship, I don't know what does. This is a game that we always lose. I mean, thank God that Russian dude, Vucevic, voiceover, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Thank God he's gone, because he would have dropped 20 and 20 on our ass like he always does. But he's gone. Terrence Ross did not go for 40 tonight, which, I had the over on. And the Heat took care of business against a team that they're supposed to take care of business against. Siobhan and I had an argument yesterday or the other Saturday night about, the Bulls, and we misinterpreted each other. But what I was trying to say about the Bulls was a good team beats the teams they're supposed to beat. And they whooped their ass, and the Heat whooped the Magic's ass tonight. There was a couple times where the Magic came back a little bit. They cut it to 8, cut it to 6. If Mike Inglis was still on the radio, he was probably going nuts. But what we saw tonight, and listen, the headline of this tonight is Jimmy Butler went off. He read y'all tweets. He watched y'all shows. He watched our podcast, and he was like, nah, y'all ain't going to just put my name in the mud like that. He came out, 24 points in the first half, barely played the fourth quarter. They didn't really need him, and that's the biggest thing. My biggest takeaway from the game is last year, the Heat would go up by 14. Jimmy would sit. The Heat be down by 2 with 8 minutes left in the fourth, and they'd be like, "Jimmy, come save us." And sometimes Jimmy put on that cape, and I'll let Tiffany call him what she calls him. I ain't calling him that, but but he would come in like a cat and save him, and he would save him or he wouldn't. And a lot of games last year went like that. This year, Jimmy sits. I think they probably had a 9, 10, 11-point lead. By the time he comes back, they have a 19-point lead. That was the difference, and I feel like a big part of that is Kyle Lowry. But anyway, let's get to the rest of the panel. Like this was a fun game. It was easy going on a Monday. I've been drinking brown liquor, so you know how that goes. Take me out, Brass. I am ᴊᴇᴱᴜ, aka Alf95554, and this is the Miami Heat Beat post-game show, Hangover Time, and I messed that all up. So let's just go to what you're drinking, because obviously,
yeah, fuck them numbers, Alf.
Yeah, fuck them. Yes, sir. Someone said put some respect on Jimmy's name. Listen, man, when we hard on Jimmy, we hard on him because we love him and we know what he can do. But man, I just love when Kyle's there. It feels like Jimmy's just free. Jimmy's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get some buckets here and there. What? Alf doing the show live from an El Dorado show. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. The decor's on point. We got the Halloween lights in the back with the bats. I don't have
spooky season.
I don't have bugs in my house. Those are fake bats.
Okay.
Those are them big ass flies. I knocked on the wall. Anyway, Moose, what you drinking? Are you drinking Monkey Shoulder on a Monday?
You know what? I would love to give the people what they want and have some Monkey Shoulder, but I'm running a little bit low and I'm trying to make it last through the week. So I thought for tonight on a Monday, we would take it easy and we'd go with George Clooney's Tequila Casamigos.
Taking it easy?
That's taking it easy, So I'm going to line this one up for passing the first official test of the season, the Magic on a Monday. Gotta hit them one time with a drip drop.
Yes, Magic City Mondays.
What? Siobhan talking about something else. Well, it's funny that we beat the defending champs, and this was a test that Moose was waiting for.
I mean, let's be honest.
Terrence Ross and Mo Wagner. Can you beat the Wagner brothers? I got so excited
when I saw Evan Fournier wasn't starting tonight for the Magic.
Bro, listen. Between Fournier, Vucevic, whatever his name is, listen, I'm welcoming the new look Bulls because they don't look like the old look Magic. Tiff, what are you drinking tonight?
Back on my Tito shit, but I've formally named this drink the Captain Save-A-Ho.
So you can say it. I can't say it
because it gets you right here.
Someone said I'm sitting in the Room to Go lounge next to Kristen Hewitt. Me and Ruth Riley breaking down the game. Brass, what are you drinking tonight?
I made a drink called a ⴊᴇᴱ, which is Amaro, Montenegro, rye whiskey, and Angostura bitters with some much orange peel in it. It's there's nothing kind of funny or interesting about it. It just tastes good.
It's just much more ethnic than your last drink.
What? Oh,
That Tom Collins.
the Ross Collins? Come on, man. Is that what it was? I think it was a Ross Collins. Yeah, not a Tom Collins.
Oh yeah, it was rye. Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
Although Ross from Friends. But just move on. Let's just come on.
I'm drinking Jack Daniels.
Even whiter.
What am I drinking, Marcus? Some honey shit? Some whiskey honey.
Monica. Hey, Monica, what I'm drinking?
I got Keith's twin over here. I'm drinking some honey whiskey shit. Honey Jack. That's what I'm drinking. Siobhan, what are you drinking?
I have a bottle of nondescript plum wine that I've had sitting in my wine cooler for like 3 years.
Oh,
No, really, it's really good. It's plum wine. A coworker gave it to me a few years ago. It's just been sitting in my wine cooler because I've been stressed out at people's lack of reading comprehension on the internet. So I decided to break it out.
Whose lack of? Is there a particular fan base that you're that?
Let's talk about the game, guys. What we do.
Man, Bond been going back and forth with Knick fans on where they actually have to type and spell words correctly. I know that's been hell.
Welcome.
I'm over it. I've been trying to be so nice. I'm trying to keep y'all from like attacking them, and it's
Garbage.
fine.
You went at their neck though, Bond. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. You listen, I'm always with
it. Put that Smith and Smolnik up there.
Bond got that dude. That plum wine. That's that toilet wine.
It's really good. Hey, Schmeathen.
So I've heard.
Bond got that turtleneck with the chain, like remember all the WandaVision?
No, like the Rock.
Rock, but remember all the WandaVision memes? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm getting off topic.
Yes.
No, she about to hit him with that New Jack City. That's what.
Yeah. Am I my brother's keeper?
No.
This thing bigger than Nino Brown. Moose. There's like 4 black people over 40 who got that joke. Moose. Well, let's get to actual basketball analysis. So we can be taken seriously just because we care about that. Jimmy was a story tonight, but I always go to you for Tyler analysis because he didn't shoot the ball well, but he led the team in plus minus tonight, plus 19. He passed the ball well. I thought he defended well. He looked for contact when the shot wasn't going down. He went into the lane, got hit, tried to finish. But to me, it was like instead of shying away and backing away and throwing something off the backboard, he looked for contact and tried to get to the line. He did a lot of things. I think he had 9 assists. He did a lot of things to help his team win, which is a departure from what we kind of saw last year, where if his shot wasn't falling, he gave you pretty much nothing.
This game is a prime example of what an offseason does for you. And listen, I'm glad you came to me for the Tyler talk because normally you see me freaking out when he got a 30-5 game or a 30-10 game off the bench. And I love those. But tonight was just as special. Tonight he made every single proper read. He was moving the ball around. He was competent on defense. He was keeping the things going. I mean, this was the type of game where everything you saw that he was working on in the offseason came to light in this game. The mid-range jumper, being way more comfortable, higher basketball IQ in terms of just setting up his teammates. That one little dime pass that he had, bounce pass, he would not make that last year. So I was really, really impressed with Tyler. Yes, the shot wasn't dropping, but everything else was for him. So yeah, great performance. Give me more of it.
Tiff, Jimmy tonight. So because you love to call him Captain Saver, you know what? My man we put him in a hole and he got to dig us back out. And Hayden in the chat says Jimmy is so efficient when he doesn't have to handle the ball. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing when he's playing with a guy like Kyle Lowry? Like the difference in Jimmy Butler's game?
No wasted energy. That's it. Period. No, because if he has to dribble, we all know Jimmy Crab walks the ball up the court.
Yep.
And then he's doing so much extra once he makes that first pass that he has no energy. But this, he can get out and run. He can post. He can hit the mid-range. He's showing you everything, and he's not wasting energy. That's the best thing about it. And like you said, how many minutes did he have to play in the fourth?
I think he probably played he played like 3 minutes maybe in the fourth.
So that's the huge benefactor to having a real point guard, somebody who can make plays for everybody else. Because realistically, outside of like the fast break, Jimmy really don't need Kyle to make plays for him. Like he can get his own bucket and he can do it at his own pace. But where it works well is that if someone else is looking out for everyone else and not Jimmy.
And Kyle does get Jimmy some easy buckets. Like,
yeah, he does, especially transition.
Yeah, like he just gets it to him, like, you know, when Jimmy just had sit, boom, lay it up. I mean, the alley-oop in the first quarter where Jimmy's head was above the rim. Like, come on, when's the last time? I mean, we saw it, like his forehead was at the rim game one. Now his head's above the damn rim. Like, it feels like Moose said, off-season. And then off-season, plus you gave him a real point guard. Right. Listen, I love Goran Dragic. Like, I was a little salty with the way that Tyler kind of described the fact that he finally has a real point guard, but Goran is not a real point guard. Right. Goran is he's not a real point guard, but he's a scoring point guard. Right. Kyle is a pass first, set everyone else, get the offense together type point guard. And it's true, he's never played with that guy. And you see that with him and with Kyle and Jimmy. Jimmy out there just playing free. Tyler playing free. Duncan's the only one that has to kind of figure his shit out. So Bon, I want you to take your pick because I know you have strong feelings about both of these guys. Either highlight Keith tonight because Keith's been getting a whole bunch of slander. You guys, the Marcus is walking around back here, just like, and it's spooky because there's like the orange lights. Yeah, I'm out of toilet paper. I'm sorry. Go upstairs. But toilet paper is expensive. Bring your own. That's how we work in this house.
You're making some of Siobhan's wine in there, aren't you?
Don't flush, motherfucker. I'm sorry. I forgot what I was saying. So either you could highlight Keith because he's been getting a lot of slander, or you can talk about Duncan because I know you have your concerns. I'm gonna let you pick.
I already talked about Duncan. I do think he'll figure it out. We hope that he figures it out. But yeah, Markieff, right? So I've been feeling that he's been coming along. And what I mean by that is he's started to settle more into the way that Miami likes to run their things. He's one of, I don't know his age, but like he's one of the uncles on the team, right? And so he needed like some time to kind of like warm up, to lather up, to see where his spots are that he can help and that he can be efficient. There are areas for him to be efficient under the basket using his frame, but also in the mid-range. You and I, Alf, we talked a bit about it, I think last show, where I think you were more willing to have him step out beyond the break and beyond the three, and that's fine. But the mid-range is there for him. And I think you saw tonight, he was decisive in his shooting motions. Yep. When he didn't have it, he got the ball out of his hands. He wasn't being a ball stop. He wasn't slowing down the offense. He wasn't, interrupting the flow of things, but he looked and he felt so much more comfortable. And I think that will be, I don't know if he'll have the shooting night that he had tonight, going forward or whatever.
Yeah, we can't expect that.
Okay, but maybe you can't, but the looks that he has are there. They've been there. And so if he can continue to step into them with confidence and with an understanding of how the offense will go, there's no reason for him not to give you, 10, 12 a game. I think he had like 16 tonight. That's awesome. Yep. I'm looking for like 10, 12, 5 rebounds for him, and I'm okay with that. He just settled more now into what they like to do. And Moose, that pass from Tyler, it was a beautiful pass. And Markieff was in the dunker spot, like he was there, ready for it, just knowing more like where the offense will have its holes at.
Yeah, but Siobhan, one of my things was I just don't want him dribbling and creating his own shot. Oh, but what they did, and I guess whenever,
I'm gonna say nobody
I don't want Duncan dribbling.
We don't. But what? Ho ho ho! When he I feel like only me and a few people get that. But when you have Lowry in the game, Moose, and like Lowry, we were talking to Giancarlo Navas is on, before we went on live. He's like, yeah, he didn't have a good scoring night. I feel like I don't care ever.
Yeah.
If Lowry has, I don't want him. I don't care if he scores. He could score 30. He could score 10. I don't care because what he brings to the table. And I'm not saying he's the one who set up Keith. I'm just saying when he's in there, it just feels like he settles everyone down. And Keith kept getting the ball in spots where all he had to do, where a lot of us can make that little shot if no one's around us. I don't know if we can do it. I can't do it in an NBA game. I can barely do it in an empty gym. But I'm just saying that Keith has that skill, and if you get him the ball there, I want him to shoot it. But it feels like when Kyle is playing and when Kyle is around, everything just starts opening up and the shots become easier.
Yeah, Alf, you said it earlier. He wasn't even really setting up Jimmy. It's about setting up everybody else and making everybody else feel more comfortable in their spots, in their rhythm. We were talking, as you said, with G, and I asked him, G, as our resident Kyle Lowry fan, how often can we expect these off shooting nights? And the reason I ask it, I take anything he gives us offensively as a bonus because he is here to steer the ship on offense, make sure everybody else is putting up the points. And then those nights where he's hitting those big clutch threes, awesome. I'm not saying I want him to average 0 points a night, people. Right. Before everyone gets up in my mentions, I already know. But what he's here for is to just be a floor general and a pit bull on defense. And that's it. And you're seeing it tonight with Markieff. Again, not that he was setting up Markieff for everything, but he just makes everybody more comfortable and finding their spots way easier than it was with Goran.
To what you said, Moose. Oh, go ahead. My bad, Bryce.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's exciting, the prospect of having big offensive games from Kyle because they're going to be there. And the two of the games that he played, the only 2 games he played in the season were decisive wins, and he scored 5 points in the first game and 9 points. He hasn't even scored double digits yet.
They don't need him to.
Great point,
you're right. They absolutely don't need him to, but he will. He will still do that and still do the other things that he brings to this team. This team shot horribly from 3 tonight. Horribly. Normally, that will take us out of a game. And we lost the lead. Inglis would have been having a heart attack, but but it didn't matter. This team can do so many other things defensively. It's so well rounded, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to that breakout game from Kyle because I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it's going to be big, man. And I think it's going to be kind of consistent too.
He's going to have a 30-point game. And Tiff, to what Brass is saying, if Goran wasn't having a 30-point game, 20-point game, high teens,
right?
What did he bring to the table? Because I saw Bam drop in the first quarter for the first time I feel in my life. I think he's been doing it a lot more this year, but I think it was so glaring. I saw Bam drop because the pick and roll came on Kyle's man. Yeah. And he's like, oh, Kyle got that, and he dropped.
Look at Bam's rebounding numbers.
I wanted to get to that. Go ahead. Talk about it.
This is what I harped on all last season as to why you need a real point guard. Yeah. Because you afford him the opportunity to be closer to the basket and to help on the boards. Like, we're not a strong rebounding team, but collectively, we could be. And with him getting 10 plus a night, that's how you start being one of the better rebounding teams. And I think so far he's probably averaging like 12, 13.
14 and a half.
So there we go.
Good.
And see, to all of you guys' points too about like true point guard versus like a Goran type of point guard and talking about Kyle's game offensively, right? Like Kyle hasn't had like off offensive games. He's had bad scoring games. But like you said, Alf, you don't need him to score. You need him to orchestrate and to set up the offense. Like he can have a strong offensive game without having high scoring numbers. And that is where you want him. Yeah, Moose, any of his scoring output, that's a bucket of sprinkles on top. But offensively, he's going to be strong because that is the style of point guard that he is.
Fez in the chat says this team has great rebounding guards. And oh my God, when's the last time we could say that? because even Duncan's out there rebounding. Tyler's always been a plus rebounder for his size. You have Kyle out there. I mean, between those three guys, and Jimmy. I mean, if you want to call him a guard, small forward, whatever you want to call him, like they have because I remember when the Heat never had it. Chris Bosh never had a dominant rebounding season, but everybody else on the Heat rebounded above their position. Right. LeBron, Dwayne, Shane, Mike Miller, anybody you put out there was rebounding above their position. I'm looking at these guys, and no longer do I see a defensive rebound, and I assume that the other team's going to get it. And like when we get it, I'm like, oh shit, we actually got a defensive rebound. But like you're saying, Tiff, I mean, double-digit rebounds for Bam should be the norm.
Yes.
He's huge and wildly athletic, but he's never in the paint, right? So, but I think listen, one of the big things I take away from tonight is like when you have this team together at full strength, they are scary. But listen, we didn't have to talk a lot about Gabe Vincent tonight, thank God. We didn't have to talk about the lack of a backup point guard tonight, thank God. But it's going to come up again. I don't want to ruin tonight, but it's going to happen again, right? I think we all understand that. But we're going to enjoy tonight. And the way to enjoy tonight is to present one of the best sequences of the game. I had a couple. I texted Brass a couple different dunks and gagas, but I was like, no, Brass, just clip the sequence. So go ahead, Brass.
I love that intro so much.
All right, so here, first of all, okay, go back, Brass. I wasn't even ready. Ready.
Happened so quickly.
I made Duncan. I know y'all want to talk shit on my man. I haven't seen Jimmy go down a one-handed dunk since about 2014. And then we go back on defense. The passing lanes are not open.
Yeah.
That means these guys just swarm to the ball, and here we go again.
Give that pass. Right on the money.
Who passed that, Moose?
Your boy. It drop.
Jimmy say, new hair, who this?
Listen, new hair, new legs.
I mean, come on, man. How many lobs was he catching like that last year?
New breasts.
Yep.
But I love it, too, because if you look at last year, you didn't see this kind of thing last year. Not only are we putting highlights on the board, we're putting back-to-back highlights on the board. This is not the first game this has happened this season.
Have to clip that, Brass.
And they're rested. Look, they're running, man. This team doesn't have that kind of quit. I mean, they got that extra gear when they need to kick into that extra gear. They could not do that at all at any point last season.
Brass, can we run that whole sequence back? I just loved it so much, man. I just loved it because it was offense. Boom. Duncan, look at Duncan. Duncan needs to scowl a little bit every once in a while.
He doesn't know how to celebrate a dunk.
Yeah, he's just like,
he's like, did that just happen?
Me and Marcus were watching the game. Marcus, like, Marcus said he thinks Crotty was pissed off they didn't lay it up. I mean, come on, man. Like this team got a different energy this year.
That's Heat basketball running on all cylinders right there. Mm-hmm. And like, not to sound, fucking cliche, but it really is. It's getting in the passing lane, stopping on defense, and using that transition to turn into easy offense. Something we weren't seeing that much last year because it's all energy based.
It is. And even when the Heat had good defense last year, there was nobody out here running.
They couldn't.
Listen.
It was get it still, walk it up. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hey, slow it down.
Well, yeah. We've got a clip here.
No need to rush.
This is courtesy of Bally Sports from Will Manso. He's talking to Markieff. Let's check. I haven't seen this yet. Let's check this out.
Chippy at times, especially in that first half. Yeah. What was that like, and what's the importance as a team to, hey, in those moments you want to keep your cool, but at the same time you don't want to back down?
We ain't going for no bullshit. That's just what it is.
Yes, sir.
I guess see one more time.
Chippy at times, especially in that first half. Yeah. What was that like, and what's the importance as a team to, hey, in those moments you want to keep your cool, but at the same time you don't want to back down?
We ain't going for no bullshit. That's just what it is.
that on a culture moments t-shirt?
Will was like, and back to you, Tim.
Put it in the rafters. Hang it on the rafters. There we go.
He was like, Ron
jersey up
Rothstein,
there.
take this back. I ain't gonna what.
Take me out, Brass.
Stop.
Ron Rothstein's like, stop. Rewind. We're not taking any bullshit. Nah, but man, that Kendall shit is real, dog. Like, I watched
It's a
them.
mentality.
They are so much more physical because, like, Mo Wagner was out here trying motherfuckers, and he was out here. Listen, I'm not gonna assume that, but when your last name is Wagner, there's certain things. You know what I'm saying? The chat earlier, I didn't point it out, but they were saying every time
of music.
Yeah, they look like the Von Trapps. You know what I mean?
They're not Von Trapp. No,
the other ones. The other ones. But yeah, every time Wagner did something, it did feel racist. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say it. Every time he got a rebound and he fouled something.
Out that he's German.
I didn't even say that. I didn't say that. See, look,
I didn't say you. I said them.
Okay.
From Berlin.
Yeah.
Well,
I had to see how many points Wagner scored. I was hoping it was 9.
Take yourself out.
Are we done? Like, is that the end of the show?
Right, that should have been.
been.
That should have been the hard out.
Cut it up in post. Move it to the end. That's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
We're here all week.
Someone said Mo Wagner had racist retweets a few years ago. You ain't telling me nothing. I don't know. I didn't even see them. I already know that shit.
Right.
He was there on January 6th. He planned the shit.
He drove the bus.
Flew in town.
I'll pick all y'all up.
Drove a tank. 9. That's terrible.
But bring it back, please.
Terrible, but keep it going.
Let's see how you deal with a Mo Wagner type. Because we have we have some goons of our own. Go ahead, Brass. Let's give him Deadman's Garage.
My baby though, that old black man that work on everybody's car in the black neighborhood. You know, you need a little carburetor fix or something. You go to him, he be talking to you whole time with his just hanging off his lip. What you got there now? What you got a Plymouth? Yeah, bring that back around about 4 o'clock. There ain't no goddamn problem. I'll put a carburetor on there for you. I used to work out the plant 15 goddamn years. I'll put a carburetor on there for you. Just bring me back a pair. Boy, you know what, boy? You look like your goddamn daddy. You don't look like you leave.
I love to see all the Deadmans in the chat, man. I love y'all, man. Listen, the fact that Deadman knows that his nickname is a mechanic now is because of y'all, the faithful watchers of this program, or program, as Deadman would say. You know, he likes to watch his programs. Tip like, I know what the fuck you're talking about. Someone said release Mr. Deadman merch. It's coming. All right. Yes. Thank you for watching the program. All right, let's go to that. That first clip, Brass. I don't even remember what I. Oh, I love this shit. Ooh. Get that shit the fuck out of here. Oof.
Give me that.
He was moving his feet tonight.
Man,
he was active.
Got that oil change.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
He electric. He don't use oil.
Boogie.
You said I put that carburetor in the stand, bitch.
Say that one more time.
I love this shit.
Look how he's moving.
He said, "Waste disposal fee, motherfucker."
Waste disposal.
Recycle this shit, bitch.
Clean block.
Yes.
I mean, he set that motherfucker.
Yeah, he did.
All right, here's a legendary play tonight.
Here we go. Cause Mo Wagner been talking shit all night.
Oh yeah.
And here we go. Look at him.
Here we go.
Mo tried to fight Markieff.
He said,
all right, young fella. I'm gonna tell you one more time.
He gave his ass chest compressions.
While he on the ground. Now look at
him talking to him.
Punk some of a bitch.
How much game did he give him? You said punk some of a bitch. How much game you think he gave him on the ground right there? He said, listen, young man.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, he said, hey, don't you ever.
Hey.
Don't you ever.
I take a shit scarier than you, son.
He's tight, man.
He is. He was tight. He was tight.
He said, I'll roll you up with some tires and throw you in the Everglades.
Tell you what, though, it fired up the entire squad.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, this was right after Mo and Keith got into it.
Yeah, because Mo was look. What is he doing right now?
Right,
He said,
grabbing him.
It's the
He said, hey. He said, hey, young blood.
Get your hands off me now. I
What's
told you.
hilarious though is like they were all laying on the ground and Devin was talking to him and the refs were standing around like letting them talk. Like,
He said, hey, listen, my uncle R.J. Barrett went to war in Germany.
Wow.
He showed me that. He showed me that mountain that they had to survive.
You like that?
Canceled
You like that
tonight.
move?
I love that, man. I love that. Season 1 callback. That's
Like,
the faithful
he's like, he's one of the red tails.
Shot the fuck down.
Let's go to Bob's breakdown before I get in trouble.
You already in.
Oh, hold up. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Before we get to Bob's breakdown,
We did this again.
why did we
I'm
do
sorry
this?
because I just got a text message because we have not talked about. We talked about Bam, but we have not talked about the Bam jersey that is on sale, limited time only, 1 week.
Very, very little left. Seriously.
It's
about it.
It's a limited edition. We do not. This is not like it's not going up on the site and you can order it whenever you want. Like I had somebody in Australia the other day hit me up and was like, "Yo, I need to get that jersey." I said, "You better get it now." And we're gonna give it to Bond, and she's gonna take it over there herself.
I tell you, and this Casey doesn't fuck around. Like some of his best friends hit him up afterwards, like, "Oh man, I forgot to get that. Can I get that?" And he's like, "Nope, told you.
That shit is funny.
Get the next one."
He's like, "Nah, we're done."
He's
He's like,
serious about it, man.
He said, "We're gonna make another one." I'm like, "All right, damn, Casey."
Swing. CaseyBannerman.com, everybody.
Go to
Come on.
CaseyBannerman.com. Order your jersey.
I think we
These
got
are
till
limited.
Friday. I think you got till Friday.
Yes,
And-
this is the final day.
Is that Friday? Oh, so and Bam has one of these jerseys. We're gonna get a picture of him with one. I might have made that up. That might be a lie. But he has one of these jerseys.
He definitely has
They are fire as shit. They feel and they look like authentic jerseys. They're just better than the regular authentic jerseys. Let's get to Bond's breakdown. I'm sorry, Bond.
Siobhan, do you want the intro again to like?
Let's give her
Did we
the
sort of
proper
take you out of it?
I'm sorry. I keep doing that, but Gianni just texts me
You
right in the
could've
middle
did
of
it
this
5
shit.
minutes from now. Do the intro
No,
again.
because after your breakdown, people are like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to sleep. I've seen Bond's breakdown.
Intro the
I had to get it
breakdown.
in
Intro the
before-
breakdown again, Alf.
Yeah.
And now we go to Bond's breakdown.
Oh, hold up. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Moose, I'll stab you. Here we go. So I just
Stab you
got
like a
kind of
Wagner.
like a random kind of hodgepodge of things. The
Get the
first
jersey. It was Moose. Moose put me up to that one. I'm sorry, Bond. I'm sorry. Bond. It was Moose.
the first one. I quit. I'm leaving. I'm going home. So this is him defensively. Pause for a second. Have a lot of weapons defensively, can do a lot of things, but this is one of the areas where we switched early on. Started from the beginning, please, Brass. So Duncan and Bam are going to switch this and pause. So from here, from that switch results in kind of why this basket ends up getting scored. Go ahead. So here, pause. So Duncan kind of loses him a little bit, but sees that he's now in Kyle's area. So now he feels like he has to help Kyle because Kyle now has a big in his area. Go ahead. It's going to go to the corner where Duncan's supposed to be. Drop down to help, pour a closeout, and now, we get a layup where, I don't think Duncan and Bam necessarily needed to switch. Bam is the stronger defender there. So, I guess it's okay, but those are the type of things that happen on the backside. Go ahead. Pause. So Jimmy, Tyler, and Markieff did the things that I was talking about doing, that elbow area is going to be open so often here. Go ahead. PJ's going to come off of some action. Pause. He takes his dribble and like goes for a layup that ends up getting blocked, but he had a little elbow area kind of jump shot right off of his pin. Again, he didn't take it here, but a few of them did, and it was really nice to see. PJ, I like the effort here, I guess. I like the thought. You can roll it. I don't know if it gets swatted. Yeah, got swatted. But yeah, things that are open in areas of the floor that are open. We're not going to talk about that dunk and air ball. You can go to the next one. Here, Tyler's going to miss this shot. You can pause it. Tyler's going to miss this shot, but I like the way that Tyler keeps this defender on his hip. It's a lot of what I'm talking about when I'm asking our forwards to use their body to seal off space so that they can get a cleaner look. Go ahead. The dribble is tight. He has it low. He keeps it contained right here. Pause. All of that. Not even having to bump into him, but just knowing that this guy is behind and on his hip. Had this big dude not been here, that's a cleaner look. But just little instances like that are areas. Go ahead. That we can take better advantage of some of the space on the floor. And then lastly, one more time for my guy Left Twix. Pause. He doesn't shoot on this possession, but I think that like last show or on something, G was saying that he's a ball stop. He's not being efficient in the mid range. Alf, you and I talked about it here.
G says a lot of bad things.
He doesn't take this shot, but he gets it and he moves it quickly. He's making better and like more comfortable decisions with the ball off of the pick and roll in the middle of the floor. Go ahead. Go down. He's gonna come up, set the pick. Kyle hits him. That's a good look. Doesn't have it. Quick kick out.
Good pass.
Good pass. Good in rhythm pass. Probably could have taken a little floater, but don't force it. Move the ball. And that was it, Brass. You could take me out.
I want to watch Tyler make this.
Oh, good job. But yeah, like things are clicking in some areas. Some areas that still can, be tightened up a little bit. I was really happy to see how Markieff looked tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we argued adamantly about Markieff taking mid-range, and I mean, maybe that, as long as he, like I think we all agree, as long as he's not dribbling, like, and he's just taking what's there, like, I'm happy with it. And like, I saw someone tonight, Tiff, say that Mo, that PJ Tucker's a new Mo, and I'm like, come on, man.
What?
Like PJ, yeah,
no
PJ
fucking way.
PJ can go 0 for 6, but guess what? He gonna give you top-notch defense.
Top notch.
Right.
He's gonna crash the boards. He's gonna elbow a couple of people in the face.
Yep. It's not even close. Like
It's
that.
not even close.
PJ got more energy yelling at a refs like one time than Mo had the whole fucking time.
But
he
he
was
impacts
here.
the game. That
Totally
was the thing
impacts
with
the
Mo.
game. PJ's great.
Mo literally ran around the score table, so he didn't have to. He didn't impact shit.
He didn't impact shit.
Even when PJ's not scoring, right? He can do
Right.
other things. He's guarding. He's the.
Yep.
What was Mo Harkless defending?
Not a fucking thing.
Not only
Not
that,
a
we
fuck-
talk.
At
we talk about
least PJ spaces the floor. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No. And what I was gonna say is we talk about this aggressive mentality. You think Mo was bringing that last year? Fuck out of here. PJ Tucker lives with that shit. It's just a completely different player. Whoever said that, fucking blasphemous. Take them out, Brad.
Mo had more energy in his LOL tweet after the Heat got bounced than he did his entire tenure.
Yeah, that was the most personality I've seen from that motherfucker all year.
I do want to call.
know where he's at.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to call out some subs. We have Eric the Great 539 resubscribed for 1 month at tier 2. That's 13 months straight for Eric the Great. It says Heat win, baby.
Listen, hey, shout out Eric the Great, man. Eric the Great has been with us from day one, man. He was out here cussing out my boy Marcus in the chat.
He told me, he said, you don't like it, you ain't got to be here.
Get the fuck out of here. Marcus like, yo, I'm sitting behind Alf right now.
Vane Hype gifted a 1 month tier 1 sub to Mo Bamba. Eric the Great also gave out 5 tier 1 community gift subs.
There you go.
Eric the Great gifted a 1 month tier 1 sub to HMORA1. I'm not sure who that is, but hey.
I was calling for that. They had a hilarious thing about Tyler.
They had a couple.
And also gifted a 1 month 1 month sub to HMORA, I guess 1, 2, 3. And then Young Saps 69. I love calling out these things. Resubscribe for 1 month at tier 1. That's 10 months straight. And they said, take me out, Brass. And Lenny Lenster resubscribed at tier 1. That's 6 months straight for him. And Lenny Lenster also gave out 5 tier 1 subs. So
nice.
Thank you all for your support. You are literally the best.
Hit him, Moose.
Gotta hit him one time for all the subscribers. Drip drop.
My drink is empty. What the fuck ever happened to Oda Pius?
Open. Did you guys catch it? Was that I don't know. That was at the that back-to-back that Gaga thing you had me play earlier. Yeah, and they didn't go back to Jimmy's dunk, and he was. This is 2 games in a row. Crotty is like he's gonna turn into the Hulk at some point. I think.
Yeah.
Like this is 2 games straight. It's getting angrier, right?
He was so pissed they didn't replay the week.
Crotty smash!